Well, good afternoon. It is a Sunday afternoon here at the Seattle Drum School in Georgetown. My name is Marlee Walker, and it is the Blues to Do live streaming podcast. Thanks for joining me. And it is a weekly project that we do here at the drum school. And we had such great fun in December. Once again, I want to thank everybody who came down for our jam session on the 17th. We continued after the show and had a great jam session. Scoops and Amy couldn't make it. There was a health issue in the family, but everybody's better. So we rescheduled Scoops for the 18th of February. And they are the best love story in town. If you want to know more, tune in that week. It should be a fun show. Scoops doesn't like to talk. He lets the music, the fingers play the piano. That's his instrument. That's how he speaks. So we might talk to Amy more than we talk to him. But anyway, today we're looking forward to Herman Brown and Coleman Brown. It looks like I just got a text, so they're on their way. And excited. There must be some football traffic out there because they're not quite here yet, but that's okay. We got a couple items to go over before they get here. And again, thanks to all the folks who showed up. We had samples of food with Mitch's Best buffalo sauce, and it was delightful. We had so much fun with that. We're going to do that again. The All-Star Women Jam session is coming up on the 21st of January, so make a note on the calendar. We'll do that after show jam with the women on that day, and do some more Mitch's Best buffalo sauce right here at the lab, the little auditorium in the back at the Seattle Drum School in Georgetown. The address is 1010 South Bailey, and if you show up right now, there's still coffee and cookies in the kitchen, so I do share coffee and treats on Sunday afternoons. I think we've also got the Fat Tuesday Mardi Gras booked with Jeff and the Jet City Flyers. Now, for about 9 years running, they were the first choice of Gay Anderson, who booked and owned the New Orleans Creole restaurant for her favorite holiday, Mardi Gras. So Jeff and the Jet City Flyers doing a second line beat, having a lot of New Orleans sounding fun music and original stuff as well. We'll get them in here for Mardi Gras on the 13th. It is a Tuesday evening. And thanks to KZ for letting us have space here at the Seattle Drum School. We're open for business. You can get lessons here. You can check out this performance space for your own party. You can haul gear down here, but there's a lot of gear here already. There's a piano, drum kits, of course, many, plural, amps for your guitars and your basses or whatever you got. There's birthday parties here on a regular basis. Today we started with church, and this afternoon there's going to be a cabaret show. Am I right? Yeah, a cabaret show. So what fun we're having here at the Seattle Drum School. They have live shows. They have new release parties, holiday parties, baby showers, celebrations of life, recitals, rehearsals, showcases. Everything happens here at the Drum School. And every second Sunday, the Mojam Enterprise shows up and does a youth Mojam. So Mojam youth sessions, second Sunday, right here at the Seattle Drum School in Georgetown. That means we get young people to get their first performance experience right here on this stage. All instruments, all vocal lessons. They even do some DJ lessons here. I'm going to have to take one of those and see what's up. Free coffee and treats every Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock, so please come through and join us. And then, like I said, the third Sunday, we're going to do the All-Star Women Jam in January and serve some more Mitch's Best buffalo sauce. My friend Amy was raving about the sauce. That is the best sauce. It is Mitch's Best, as advertised. Okay, so let's see. Where's that show plan? I'm so sorry. I lost my way. Oh, yeah. You can check out all of our shows that happened this fall by looking at the YouTube channel for Seattle Drum School. Go to youtube.com/C and then /Seattle Drum School. All one word. You can see the show I did with C.T. Thompson, with Bunny Brown, with Butch Harrison, with Patty Allen, with C.D. Chris Littlefield, who works here at the Drum School, with Curtis Seals, one of my favorite keyboard players in town, Lady Keys, another great pianist, and Star Drums Milton did a show with us. Leslie Star Drums, of course, the grandfather of my engineer. Give it up for Christian Sadler. Thank you very much. And your grandpa. Lizzie Sunshine was probably the most delightful surprise I had this fall. A wonderful singer, and she does a every Wednesday in Kirkland. It's on my Blues to Do calendar. Also got to have Tim Scott in here. What an honor that was. What a legendary talent here in the Seattle area. Okay, there's my show plan. Okay, where am I? Oh, yes. We're going to get Septimus, two musical brothers, two of the members of that family band in here today, I believe, Coleman Brown and Herman Brown, and live at the Lab at the Seattle. Oh, there you are. Oh, good. Once again, I want to thank Mitch's Best Buffalo Sauce, and you can scan that QR code. Oh, look, it's up there. I know he's got it. It's a QR code. I'm just working with this new experiment of having a QR code on there. So if you want to wave your phone over it, you can go directly to mitchesfoods.com and support our sponsor. We're looking for another sponsor because I need a new sign. I know stressed is the word they use for graphic design, but my sign's a little too stressed out. So I need some money for a new sign. That will be my appeal for a new sponsor. But I do have one sponsor, Mitch's Best Buffalo Sauce, so we'll get it together with him. We want to recognize the Duwamish people and thank them for taking care of this land that I'm broadcasting from for generations. Very much appreciate that. What's your reason of the week for the blues, Coleman? I know you got a reason of the week for the blues. Step on up here and grab that microphone. That one's probably taller, so you grab that and we'll save this for Herman.
Well, how you doing, Marlee?
I'm doing good. It's nice to see you.
Yes.
Yeah. And, yeah, you're back. Your Facebook page still says Seattle, but you just come to visit now, huh?
Yeah. I just up here on Christmas vacation.
Yeah.
New Year's vacation.
Awesome. Eat that microphone. I know.
Okay.
You got to scoot closer. There you go. Scoot a little closer so you don't have to lean in. So let's see. Reason of the week for the blues. I'm going to keep going, but I saw something about the 5 A's for a good relationship. I'm going to bring that up. It's just helpful stuff. I don't know why I never saw it before this year. I want to thank you for tuning in either on Facebook or YouTube, or we got our calendar putting it on Instagram. I just started a Venmo account, too, so people can give me money. That helps.
Oh, what helps?
It makes it easy for them. And I have a new webmaster who's designing a new website. So in the new year, I have a lot of exciting plans, and we'll be able to put some of the old footage that we put together for years at the Scan TV studios and all the Blues to Do monthlies that I did for years. Every month, we're going to scan those and put those on my own new website. So looking forward to sharing more of my history and what I've been covering. Now, Coleman Brown is here with me. I got to ask you some questions, Coleman, and do an introduction, a proper introduction. Coleman and I go way back. One of the first memories I have of Coleman Brown is the he come up to me with his frown on, and he had something he wanted to tell me. So and I recognized that frown. It was an Isaac Scott looking frown. It was like and it's lovely to see you smile, but sometimes you come up and you're not happy, so you got a frown on.
Yes,
and I was like all ears. I said, "Okay, Coleman, I'm just meeting you now, but what's up?" And he said, "You got to talk about us. You got to get us on your show. You got." And it was from then on, day one, he was tugging on my sleeve, and I realized later he was totally right. Septimus was the band, the coolest band, a family band, playing for decades. They just had sync, and you still do. You have in sync about what you do, and it's a lovely Seattle story. You grew up in Seattle, so I'm just thrilled that you're here and honored to know you, and congratulations, Grandpa. You got a little grandkid, don't you?
Oh, yes. That's where I've been spending most of my time with the last 3 years. Ever since the COVID, right, came about, and I said, well, I do got grandkids. I never really seen them, or they didn't really get to know me because I'm always on the road or playing somewhere and recording, and I wasn't thinking about that. But the COVID came through, and so I had time for me to settle down. And I said, well, I might as well go spend my time with my grandkids, just in case I catch the stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I went to Oregon, and I always go, play Portland and a couple more other little cities up in the northern part of Oregon. But I never did get a chance to travel down through Oregon and really see how beautiful it is. And my son, he lives down there, and he's farming. So he's got a 15-acre farm. And he said, Dad, come on down. I heard you've been sick and stuff, so we want to keep an eye on you. Dad's not sick. I'm not sick. But, you know, I haven't keep an eye on you guys. So, yeah, let me come down and see my grandkids and you know. And I went down there, and I looked at this little kid, and he has eyes like my mom.
Oh, my.
I said, whoa. You know?
Ancient stuff. Huh?
Yeah.
Old soul stuff.
Well, I might have to put a little time in with you, and he's so handsome. You know?
What's his name?
Jesse Jr.
Jesse Jr.
Yeah. My mom's name was Jesse Brown, and I named my son Jesse, and he named his son Jesse. So we got 3 Jessies in the family right now. You know?
Wow. Jesse one play music?
Oh, yeah, he plays music.
Yeah.
Everybody
does, huh?
Everybody does.
Every Brown in the family.
I got one son named Angelo Brown. He's epitome of me on guitar. I mean, like, but he likes rock, you know what I mean, and metal and stuff like that. But
you like to rock?
Yeah, I like to rock. I never get a chance to do too much of it. Lately, I have though. I've been playing a lot of country western too.
I was going to ask you that. You guys play everything. Reggae. You know, you're not a blues band, but you include blues, which I really respect. But you're covering the waterfront. You're playing. You make a crowd happy. Yeah. So you make a crowd happy by playing what they want. You can play anything they want.
You make us happy by being here.
Oh, thank you, honey. So
after 20-something years, Marlee.
Thank you, dear.
Yes.
You play country music?
Huh?
Tell me about the country music you play.
We're writing country music right now.
No kidding.
And we just finished our other album with Frank and Little John.
I heard about this.
Yes. Oh, it's a great album. I got them when they were sick, but it came out pretty good. Cool. We mixed it down pretty good, and it came out. It's been 2 years since I did this. So
wow.
Right, we're coming out now. We got the kids doing their parts now. His kids and yeah.
Awesome. A musical family, the Brown family, many generations now doing it.
Many generations.
And starting in Arkansas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, your family roots.
Little Rock and Pine Bluff.
Okay, eat that microphone. I need you to be heard.
Yes, Little Rock and Pine Bluff.
And you do songs about the railroad. What's the song?
Peavine.
Peavine, there we go. The Peavine whistle blow. Oh, I love that song.
You gotta hear that. Yeah, oh, God, on the new thing.
If I sing too much of it, it'll be copywritten, and then they'll axe the show. But check out Septimus, and definitely check out that song. Now, Herman's on his way, so we're going to get Herman too. But I didn't do the proper. You went to Garfield High School. Oh, yeah. And you...
Class of 67.
67.
Yeah.
And you went to the UW too?
Yeah, not too much. I hit the road then. You know what I mean? I did my little first quarter or whatever.
I know. I went there for a minute too.
Yeah. I mean? It wasn't for me. You know? It really wasn't for me.
Well, yeah.
Even though I wish I had done it.
Well, you went to school on the road and learned the music business.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me about being on the road. What groups were you on the road with? I know you guys made it to Ontario.
I played with Major Handy.
That's right. He's
a Zydeco guy from Louisiana. And who else I played with? Oh, I've been on a lot of people's stuff, albums and stuff. I hit the road with Carrie Bell, the blues guy from Chicago.
Yep.
And
his son Lurie is a great guitar player.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Carrie passed, but Lurie's still.
He told me all about him one night. We sat up. We had a fifth of whiskey. And we just said, he told me Coleman life. You know, he told me his whole life story that night. I said, "Thank you, Carrie.
What else
Thank you for letting me play with you."
Right. Tell me one of his secrets.
Yes, the most unique people that you ever wanted to see. You know what I mean? And here they come.
Oh, look out, Herman. He's ready. Oh, you brought Ronald. I'm so thrilled. Come on up here, Ronald. We got another chair. Hold on. I'll get another chair. I knew I should have got you invited.
We're doing it already. We're online. It's like, yes.
Okay. You guys going to have to share a mic at this moment, but we got, long neck mic. There we go. If you put a mic together for me, I'll hand mine over. Okay.
So it's been a long time since I've been in this building.
Now we got Herman Brown and Ronald Brown Thank you, Ronald, for showing up. Brother to Frankie, and they were all Septimus for decades. Now you're going to have to eat that microphone. Scoot up, get your chair. See, these musicians don't know how to do radio.
Yep. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now? Yes. Thank you, Herman. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, it's great to be here. We go way back, of course.
We
and,
do.
It's just good that you're still doing what you're doing, and keep doing that because for us artists, any kind of exposure or just talking to the people, letting them know what our music is all about and what music in general is all about is to make people feel good and feel happy. So we're going to make everybody feel happy today.
And you always do. It's so satisfying to see you play music, Herman. And you do light up the scene wherever you show up. There's a good band. It's Goodie Bag or it's somebody here or there. Now tell me, you're known as the grandfather of, or is it the father of Goodie Bag? Is that right?
No, I was fortunate enough to be involved with Goodie Bag, but as you know, there's a lot of different members that come in and out through Goodie Bag. It's never the same. You never get the same band hardly. But the core, Leonard Jones and Gerald Turner, they're like the core, and a lot of times I get to record with them and play live with them, so it's a wonderful thing. It's a really good band. Goodie Bag is one of the better bands in town, and they have a lot of recordings that they recorded too. So,
well, and it is like a family. Like Septimus is a family band.
Exactly,
you get the same feeling. Yeah. And that's kind of what you bring to the Flight Path on Thursday nights is that sense of family.
Oh yeah, that's a wonderful spot out there, and it's an open mic on Thursday nights at the Flight Path in Berrien, and it's just a wonderful crowd. It's a wonderful scene. A lot of the local musicians and singers get to come up there and do their thing, and we're there like every Thursday. So it's a really good band. Me and John Stottlemyre, sometimes Craig on drums, and Curtis Seals on keyboards, and we have a wonderful time over there on Thursday nights, open mic, so anybody can come and show up. And do
and if you haven't been there, the Flight Path is right underneath where the planes land at SeaTac, which means it's in the Flight Path.
right there in Berrien.
Sort of White Center, sort of Boulevard Park. It's a weird
right
little
there.
spot. Well, now, we were just talking, Coleman and I, and you also went to Garfield High School.
Oh, yeah.
So did you, Ronald? Yes, ma'am. Okay, so tell me about going to Garfield High School in the 60s. What was that like?
Garfield was a melting pot. It wasn't, when I was there, it wasn't dominantly a black school at the time. It was really mixed.
I was.
You were dominantly black?
No, it wasn't. You had a lot of Asians and Kei Kuniyuki, and we had
Mainly
a lot of
black,
mixture.
so.
It was a mixture. A lot of my friends that I graduated with were Asians. A lot of my friends I graduated were Jewish. A lot of my friends that I graduated were black. But eventually, Garfield became blacker, and like now, it's no longer a black school anymore. So it changes from time to time. The neighborhood, the central area, has changed from time to time. Originally, it was a Jewish area, and then they allowed us black folks, my parents and my uncles and them, all to buy property in that area. As a matter of fact, that was the only area we could buy property in. We couldn't buy property north of the Lake Washington Ship Canal. We couldn't, we couldn't buy property north of 19th Avenue or something like that.
In the 40s.
The redlining was going on.
Yeah, the redlining thing was going on. But, hey, that property now is worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
So they did good, my parents and a lot of the black people that did buy property there. But as you can see, they're all moved out and gone now.
Yeah.
So everything has changed once again. So Garfield is a different type of school, but it's still the Bulldogs. We still have when I was there, they had these drum beats. They had so many wonderful drummers there. I was lucky enough to get there at the time when all the great drummers were there. Tommy Henderson, Wayne Bibbs, Jerry Henderson, Ronnie Hammond. All these guys were great drummers. And so, Garfield has always had a great drum line. So that I was lucky enough to be there at that time period, too. So Garfield has always been good. And then after I left, they got Clarence Acox to take over the music there, and they just soared. They won all kind of national awards and went all over to Europe and stuff with them. And
They keep winning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's a graduate of Southern University. I think Acox went to Southern University, and
You know, I just heard that they are raising money. There's an event at Jazz Alley, and they're going to put a statue together of Clarence Acox.
yes,
And he's still around.
yeah.
He's got some health issues, so he's not
Yep.
playing anymore. But I'm thrilled that they got that idea together, because
Oh,
he
yeah.
deserves that kind of respect for sure. You start a good band with a good drummer, and he's planted so many seeds to get the richness that we have here in Seattle for music.
Yeah, he's done wonders over there at Garfield. A lot of cash musicians came through there, and they've gone on to newer heights.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. All right, well, we're going to let you guys get a brief break, because I know you just walked in and got on the mic, and I do want to do my sponsor thing, if that's good timing for you. I got a sponsor, and I'm thrilled to say Mitch's Best Buffalo Sauce is our sponsor. With just the right heat and just the right bite, this rich and creamy sauce, made with all real butter, tastes great on everything except dessert. Handmade in small batches, it's made like a gourmet French sauce. It tastes great on any chicken dish. Look, there's that QR code. You can just get some directly from Mitch himself. Thank you very much. That looks great, Christian. It's handmade in small batches. It's made like a gourmet French sauce. It tastes great on any chicken dish, including wings. It's also great on any seafood, roasted vegetables, and many other foods. Available locally at QFC, Metropolitan Markets, Hagen Markets, and the most fine meat shops in the Puget Sound area, my favorite in White Center. Order directly from Chef Mitch, the sauce boss, at mitchfoods.com. All right. If you want to sponsor Blues to Do, the live streaming podcast, make a move. We'd love that. And, oh, look, there he is. Mitch plays harmonica, and he put a jingle together. That's what they call that. Oh, look out.
Yeah.
Mitch's Best Buffalo Sauce. Okay, so, yeah, we'll have that featured, as I said, at the jam session, the All-Star Women Jam session on January 21st, with some free samples of food. Okay, gentlemen, you played a lot of venues, a lot of festivals. Your history in Seattle goes so far back. You grew up in the central area. It's changed, like you were saying, Herman. Tell me more about some of those changes, or some of the history, some of the stories that you carry with you now.
Yeah, like I mentioned, excuse me, before the neighborhood has changed quite a bit, but then there are some places that are still the same. What comes to mind is I just left church service, where we go to church, and we also play music in the church. And we've been doing that since, Ronald especially, has been doing that since he was 10 years old or something like that. He's been playing gospel music for a long time. As a matter of fact, I think he got a guitar first between the three of us. Ronald got a guitar first. Then he switched to trumpet. Then eventually he switched to bass. And but yeah, we started basically right there at Zion United House of Prayer on 21st and Jefferson, and we're still there on every Sunday. We go there and we play music before we go and do any other music. We play music on Sundays up there, so it's kind of a tradition thing. Frankie was deep into it. Their mother, bless her heart, keep her resting in peace. She had every one of those guys in their family could sing really, really well. This last Thursday at the Flight Path, we had his niece sing, and she hosted the open mic there, and they just loved her, absolutely loved her. So it's a tradition there that's still there. With the music and stuff like that. It's not as many parishioners there anymore, because a lot of people have moved away, and a lot of people can just watch the service online. They don't have to come into the building to watch anymore. So a lot of that has changed, but as far as the music and all that is still the same there. Now, growing up and secular music came into, for me, it was my first gig I ever played in Seattle. I think I was 12 years old, and we played at the YMCA on 23rd and Union. It's still a YMCA up there, but it was an older building there. We played up there, me and two other guys. I was just in junior high school. lucky for me, I went to Meany Junior High School, and there was a lady there named Barbara Reeder, and she eventually became head of the music department at the University of Washington. But she was a boys' glee teacher at that time. I was lucky enough to get into her class, and she took us to see Carmen, the Grand Opera Carmen.
Oh, yeah.
Now you got to remember, I'm only 12, so
Right.
right. She took me and two other black guys, me, Ellis McCoy, and Zebedee Hill, and also she would let me and Zebedee practice in her piano room early in the morning. We would get to school before 7 o'clock, so we'd go in that room and practice. And that was the first band I ever played with. It was called the Little Mike Trio. But if it wasn't for that teacher, that one teacher, that I guess she saw something in the three of us, that I guess it was easy. She saw it was easy for me to do music, and so she allowed us to do that. And from there, it just kind of grew, and I started meeting a lot of other musicians around the neighborhood at that time. And I'm just 12 years old, you got to remember. So
Yeah, it had to blow your mind to see Carmen.
yeah,
I mean,
that blew my mind. A grand opera where every word was sung. I still remember some of the songs. The Toreador song, Toreador. I don't know all the words, but that was everlasting. It made an impression on me to this day that I appreciate opera. I appreciate the fact that she would even take us there.
sure. Anybody else got a story about who influenced you to do music? Go ahead. You got to pass that mic for Ronald or Coleman.
It was just my mom and
Eat
I.
that mic. Get up close.
It was my mother and I played in a gospel group at 12 with grown men, and so they're all gone. So I've been playing all my life.
What's your favorite gospel song, Ronald? What public domain? I mean, we can't
Why
sing it.
worry when you can pray?
Why worry when you can play? Is that a song?
Pray.
Oh, pray.
Yeah.
Oh, sing it for me, will you?
Why worry when you can pray? Trust in Jesus, He'll be your stay. Don't be like doubting Thomas, rest fully on His promise. Why worry when you can pray?
Nice. Oh, I haven't heard that one. That's beautiful. How about you, Coleman? You got a favorite gospel song?
Yes, I'm in the gospel. And I wanted to tell you, too, I came up in the era when Seattle had nightclubs
Yes.
back in 60s, early 60s.
4, 5, 6 nights, 7 nights a week. You
Yes.
could see somebody.
We could make a living
Yeah.
at that time. Yeah.
And musicians could play 6, 7 nights a week, right?
Yeah, I came up through the roots of Tiny Tony and Jimmy Pipkins and the Boss Five. That's when we had a lot of clubs, black clubs. And I pounded in there, you know.
Mm-hmm. The Black and Tan.
Black and Tan, you know. Club Ebony,
Right.
Royal Crown.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Those
what
were
my mom called Crown Royal, is Royal
Yeah.
Crown.
Those were the days, you know. We played a lot of blues then, a lot of R&B, you know.
Yeah. Okay, so what about gospel? What's your favorite gospel song, Coleman?
Lord help me.
Okay.
Can we hear it? No.
Lord, please bless me and help me.
Help me, Lord. Okay, Herman, what's yours? I know you got one. You're working on it. I can see your wheels spinning. Yeah.
I don't know. I would say
The one Mom sang?
oh, yeah, I remember that song.
Oh, I
Dang,
stumped the
Yeah,
band.
you really stumped the band here. Well, this morning I sung "Lord, I Lift Your Name on High," and I kind of like that song because it has a reggae beat to it. So we did that this morning, and that's kind of one of my favorites. It has a reggae beat to it, so it has a chick, 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 and it goes like this. Lord, I lift your name on high, and I love to sing those praises. I'm so glad you're in my life. I'm so glad you came to save us. You came from heaven to earth to show the way From the earth to the cross, my debt you paid. From the cross to the grave, from the grave to the sky, Lord, I lift your name on high.
Beautiful. Oh, I got tears to my eyes. Nice
Reggae,
job.
reggae beat too.
Oh, man, I might have to ask that question every week. Phew. Take a deep breath. Okay, Herman, you had a New Year's Eve gig. How'd that go?
Oh, that was pretty good. It was down at the Blue Water Bistro. It was free admission, plenty of parking, so the place was like absolutely packed.
Free? Unheard of for New Year's Eve.
Yeah, they don't have live bands down there very often. We were lucky this year. We played down there during Seafair, and we played outside right on the dock there, and that worked out pretty good. So they said, well, can you come back and play a New Year's? You know, we're going to have it open up New Year's, and we're not going to charge people to get in. We're just going to have them come in and eat and watch the band. So that worked out really well down there. And there's
Very
lots
cool.
of parking down there, and it was really cool.
Sounds like good food, too.
Oh, yeah, good food. It was cool.
Very good. Well, and not everybody's working on New Year's Eve. Like you said, Coleman, there's not as many clubs, there's not as many gigs, and not all the musicians that are great musicians in Seattle are working on New Year's Eve, which is sad. It seems like the day everybody should be working. But I need to do a bathroom review. Christian, you ready for that? Okay, good. And then I'll come back and talk to you guys about a venue that I'm actually reviewing their bathroom, Aurora Borealis. You guys played there with Frankie, and I got a picture of that. So, yes, I went up there for the Blues Society holiday party, had a great time. Oh, somebody's phone is on. And that was funny. Saw Polly O'Keery playing bass with, I'm going to forget her name. Oh, gosh. Should have wrote it down. Anyway, she's from Portland. She's awesome. Great singer. Really did some of my favorite stuff, a Willie Dixon song, which not everybody does, Willie, anymore. And I did review the bathroom. There's a picture of it. Look, they got flowers. Okay, they're not real, but still. They got flowers in the women's bathroom. And, you know, these are the reviews I do. I don't review bathrooms with bad pictures, so you don't get a review if your bathroom's nasty. I'm not going to show those on my show. I'm going to show pretty ones and clean ones, and that's what I'm going to show. So, Aurora Borealis, the bathroom review of the week. You gentlemen played the Aurora Borealis. That's a cool little casino.
We like that place.
Eat that, Mike.
We like that place there, and hopefully they'll have us back. Actually, our group, Septimus, we haven't played since the passing of Frankie and Littlejohn, our drummer and our lead vocalist. We haven't played as a band, I think maybe once or twice since Frankie's been on. And we just kind of put it on hold.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about it is that we had just finished recording a new CD just before the both of them passed away. And they were healthy enough to finish the CD, so that turned out really well, and the music is great. So we will be it's hard to sell music now in a platform because it's not hard merchandise like it used to be. It used to be vinyl and CDs and tapes and stuff like that, which was actually hard merchandise that you could leave in the store and come back later and pick up the money. Nowadays, everything is streamed, and you have to basically give your music away free. You have to put it on a platform where a lot of people will see it. And then when people see that you are getting likes and things like that, the sponsors will go ahead and want to put their product alongside of your music. And then eventually, somewhere down the line, you're going to get royalties. But I don't think that they have ironed out all the details with that yet. Mm-hmm. Basically, anything that you put on the Internet is going to end up being free. Some kind of way with the hackers and all that stuff like that. You can pretty much get any, like a closed circuit fight. You can end up getting it on your computer some kind of way. They can pretty much, with AI, you can pretty much do anything now. So us musicians are going to have to be willing to give our music away free and put it on platforms where people can hear it. Now people don't tune into radio stations so much. They just download the type of music that they want to hear and like. So hopefully they'll be able to hear the Septimus Band or research it, or research me, Herman Brown, just research us, and you can see some of the music that over the years we have produced and put out.
Yeah. Well, and it takes just about as much time to learn your instrument as it does to navigate all this internet stuff.
Oh,
I mean,
yes.
Herman, how many hours do you put in to learn about this AI and the platforms and the choices you have to make, decisions?
Well, lucky for me, I have a son that's into music too. Vitamin D, they call him. He's a hip hop artist, and he's 100% into the new way that you get paid through music. So he has a lot of, they have Spotify's and different networks that you can go on that they will actually watch your royalties and watch your sales, or watch your likes. Now it's not really sales; it's likes. And they'll if they see you're getting a lot of hits, they'll put a sponsor on. They'll say, "Hey, this guy is getting 1 million hits."
Yeah.
So you might want to, if you're gonna, you might want to advertise along with his music. So, and that's a good thing if you can hook it up. The thing about it is having your music, your rights to your music protected. So they still have ASCAP and BMI and things like that that can kind of watch what's going on. If something big happens to your song, say if your song is into a movie or on TV or something like that, they will monitor all of that. But it's kind of hard to monitor music now because it's free. It's on the internet and it's free. So, but we'll roll with that too, because as long as people can hear the music, I'm good with that. I never wanted to be a musician to be rich and famous, and I'm not. I'm not rich. I did really well. It's
Well, you're talking about rich in paper money.
Yeah, well,
You're rich in
I
some
did
other
pretty
ways.
well. Even that, when I look back at it, most of the money I made in my life was from music. I do other things too,
Right on.
but
The Wheatos Groove movie.
yeah,
We got to talk about that for sure. Well, see, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, all of us have to navigate the internet to see how to monetize what we do, but not let it change what you do, because that's where you get your joy. And
Right.
that's the bottom line. It's not financial, but it's a valuable bottom line. You play every kind of music you want to play.
yeah. Lucky for me, people call me all the time, and I'm really quick about learning music. I can read music also. I can arrange music. I can be a band leader if I wanted to, but basically I'm just a guitar player. But it all adds over the years, and you start doing a lot of things, it all adds up to being something other than just a guitar player. So it turns out to be something wonderful. At the same time, it's still fun like it was when I first started.
Well, yeah, and you're always positive. You bring grace to the scene. You're not like up there all grumpy. Coleman might have an upside down grin, but he usually is grinning by the time the gig's done. Right?
He plays better when he's mad, though.
Oh, isn't that funny?
No.
We purposely try to make him mad.
We had some fun at the Pike Brewery. You guys played a number of parties. I got to book down there, and I so value those moments with Frankie, and it was a beautiful band. So you guys have a new CD coming out, and does that mean you're going to gig again? We're going to see a version of Septimus?
Yes, we will. We're embarking on blues. We want to switch our genre, because if anybody know the history of us, we started off as a black rock band. Which, it was kind of hard to market, but the songs, man, the songs that we wrote to this day, they're beautiful rock songs, and anybody can probably redo them and have hit songs.
Yeah, Aaron. Yeah.
We're trying to get A-Rod maybe to do one of our songs. They're great rock songs. But then we switched our gender to more of a R&B type of thing. With the gospel roots, it's all kind of the same thing, rock and roll,
Reggae.
rock, reggae. It's all kind of the same thing for us. But lucky for us, we started off as a rock band. So we have a little bit of an edge to our music because of that.
It's upbeat. It's energetic.
Yeah.
Even the blues stuff doesn't really take you down into the, I'm sad mode. It's upbeat.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we try to... Good thing for us, we really miss Frankie, because Frankie wrote most of our songs. He was a a prolific songwriter as well as a prolific singer, but his vibe is still with us.
Yeah.
So we can take that to the next level with the next generation. There's a whole new generation of us. Since we are a family band, there's a whole generation of us that are involved with music that want to keep it going. So we're getting a little older, but we still play.
Well, and that's inspiring to have your family continue.
Oh yeah, that's and a lot of them that had to find out that it's I don't know why it's easy for us to play music. Maybe it's some kind of hereditary thing that I don't know about, or some kind of history of some. Maybe we were the tribe somewhere that was playing the music. But
Right.
it's amazing how easy it is for someone. I just had my granddaughter tell me this morning, "Hey, Poppy, I got a song coming out." And that, I didn't even know that she was doing music like that, you know. I know her father is Vitamin D, and he's deep into the writing and producing and everything else. He has a studio. But I didn't know that she was, and it was just wonderful for her to tell me that she has a song coming out. So
Well, now you play all genres, but you're saying that your next record is going to be, or your next push with Septimus is really going to be playing the blues.
yeah, we're gonna switch up.
Tell me how that informs your music. How does the blues?
Well, we there's a few songs that we have recorded on some of our earlier albums that were kind of bluesy or R&B, more leaning toward blues. And our parents grew up with a blues influence. My dad's uncle, his name was Frank too, just like Frankie. And my dad's Frank. There was 3 Franks, actually 4, because Frankie had a son named Frank too. And but this one Frank, his name was Frank Brown, and he was a Delta blues player. They lived. My parents grew up right on the Mississippi River, in a little town in Arkansas called Lake Village, Arkansas, which is right in Chico County, right where Lake Chico is, and a lot of cotton down there, a lot of plantations down there, and they were stuck on this plantation. But my dad had a misfortune of his mom dying when he was 5 years old or something like that, and Ronald's dad was only 2, and but they were raised by their uncle because my grandfather Septimus became a Pullman porter, so he was away from the family. So my dad's uncle and their grandmother raised them. So, but my dad's uncle was a guitar player, a Delta blues player, so they got firsthand Delta blues every day. They got to see him play music every day. And I never met him because he died a year before I was born, but often I'd ask my mom and my dad, well, where did he play? Because, you know, in the back of my mind, I got this juke joint that he's up in somewhere playing, you know. Indeed, they did play in the juke joints, and he did. But they said he also played in church. He also played on the porch. They said he played everywhere, and he was
Deer camps.
Really good. They said he was really. Coleman said he played in deer camps and stuff like that.
What's a deer camp?
He was called the boot binder because he had holes in his shoes, and the deer people would go out shoot deer and come back, and he'd take the deer and lace it around like his boots.
Sure.
So he became known as the boot binder.
There you go.
And
There's
that's
a
where we
song.
all get our roots from.
Right.
So we have a heavy blues influence from our parents, and they brought that to the Northwest when we eventually moved up here.
Yeah.
My grandfather's name is Septimus, and that's the name of our band, Septimus. So we named the band after our grandfather, and he's the reason why all of us Browns are here in Seattle.
Mm-hmm. The blues is in your blood.
It's in our blood.
Mm-hmm.
Coming
And
out with a new album, too.
That's right, a blues album.
Blues.
It's coming back around. The color purple is getting oh, look, he got a sample.
I got it with me right now if you want to put it up.
Oh, sure, and it's called Forever.
Yes,
That's going to be the name of the
CD is Forever.
It's the new
Cool.
album.
And this is
And the
new
color
album.
purple is a musical. I was like, I thought they were just putting the movie out again. Oh, that's cool. But it's a blues musical, blues and gospel musical, which brings it back to the mainstream.
Yeah.
Great timing to put a blues record out.
Yeah, they do it. I guess they did a pretty wonderful job over there at Warner Brothers of turning that movie into more of a musical than the first movie was. Even the first movie had excellent music because it was done by Quincy Jones. So who is another Garfield alumni.
There you go. Oh,
So
full circle.
we start thinking about people that went to Garfield that made it in the music business. There, for sure, Quincy Jones, for sure, Benoris Blackman that played with Bill Withers. They
Bruce
have a
Lee.
live album, Bill Withers at Carnegie Hall, with Bernard playing guitar on that. That if you want to set a goal for yourself, set that goal that you want to play at Carnegie Hall. So
right.
that's something that I've always wanted to do. I never made it, but I've had 2 friends that played there at Carnegie Hall. So that's wonderful.
That takes a lot of practice, I hear.
Oh yeah, you got to know the right people. Yeah.
So you play every day, don't you, Herman? Yeah?
Yeah. I can say I play pretty much every day.
How about you,
There's
Coleman? You play music every day?
Try to. Wake up, go to bed.
Yeah.
I'm out in the country now, so I always lived in the city, and now I moved to the country, and it's very quiet,
Yeah.
very dark, no noise but the chickens in
Okay.
the mornings, you know. So it kind of tweaked me the other way as far as really listening to music, chords, notes, everything. I can hear them now,
Right.
and thank
You're kind
God
of-
for the country.
Kind of more mindful, aren't you? Because you can hear everything and you tune into nature. And yeah, I get a lot out of nature. Same thing. Okay, I'm going to take a brief break to do a calendar. I think that's what's next on my show plan. Am I right? I think I'm right. Again, thanks to the Seattle Drum School for giving us the opportunity to do the show here. And we did go a little bit long today. Usually it's a half an hour, but I have Septimus on stage. I'm going to give him as much time as they want. No, we're going to stop at an hour, but the cabaret is going to follow, so we're gonna wrap up at 2 and put the gear away quickly. But yes, tune in to the Seattle Drum School YouTube channel. Second Sunday at 6, they do the youth showcase. That'll be next Sunday, and Mojam shows up. No.
Next week is second Saturday at Tim's Tavern.
Second Saturday at Tim's Tavern. Okay, cool. And the youth there, the youth here. Anyway, and we'll have PHYLLIS Talley on our show a week from today. Yeah, long overdue. I should have had her on my show a long time ago, so I'm real excited about that one. All right. The Blues to Do calendar includes the Royal Esquire Club every Sunday, has real band that backs you up. 8 p.m. They have rotating hosts, and that's in Columbia City. You've done that before. I've seen you on that stage. Every Sunday at the Spar Beer Parlor in Tacoma, they have a blues band, one or another, every Sunday evening. The Nectar Lounge in Fremont has the Mojam Monday official every Monday evening, and then after that, they all go to the Sea Monster and jam a little late. Capital Cider, I don't think it's called that anymore, but every Tuesday they do have John Pinetree blowing his harmonica, having some fun with a showcase. Starts around 6:30. Every Wednesday, Arlena's in Kirkland has Lizzie Sunshine. We had so much fun with her. She can sing. Look out, 6 to 9 every Wednesday, and great food over there at Arlena's. Same people who own Island Soul in Columbia City own Arlena's. Okay. Every Wednesday, Dawson's in Tacoma has a blues jam. Every Wednesday, Madison's in Everett has a blues jam. Every Wednesday, Tim's Tavern in White Center has an open mic, 6:30 sign up. And every Wednesday in Tacoma, this is new, Golden West in Tacoma has Jerry Miller, 7 to 11 p.m. every Wednesday. Uncle Sam's is now closed officially in Spanaway, so he found a new home, the Golden West in Tacoma. And I hear, rumor has it, Jerry Miller's going to be put into the Hall of Fame? No, Lifetime Achievement, I think. Anyway, rumors. We're just throwing rumors around. Every Thursday, as I mentioned earlier, and Herman mentioned, the Flight Path, Boulevard Park, Burien, White Center, it's in there somewhere. A jam with John Stoudemire, Herman Brown, Curtis Seals, and the best drummers in town, pretty much. 8 p.m. or so. We don't care when they start. They can play all night if they want to, but usually it's about 3 hours or so. Every Thursday at Salmon Bay Eagles, they have a blues band. And then look for Demetrius Jazz Alley to feature the Highway 99 Blues Club All-Stars the 9th and 10th of January. That's coming right up. Ben Rice, Lisa Mann, both out of Oregon, Bob Corator, oh, there's a name, Robin Moxie, Steve Sarkowski, and Jeff Conlon. It's going to be an all-star band, couple nights at Demetrius Jazz Alley, 9th and 10th. Nice to see the community working together. All right. And Maya Marie opens for Sunny War at the Tractor on the 21st. Has an 8 p.m. show. That afternoon, we'll be here for the All-Star Women Jam. But that evening, look for Maya Marie. She kicked it when we were having our party in December. She can sing. Look out. She's known as a punk singer, but she can sing the blues, which I keep saying. It's just, punk is just blues speeded up.
Yep, gotta have that roots in there.
That's right. There's the 1454. I hear it. Blood, Sweat, and Tears in February. Also, McMinimans in Tacoma. The Spanish Ballroom is going to have The True Loves with Sam Parker opening up on February 9th. Joel Astley has more gigs. He'll be at Real Art Tacoma on the 10th. And Mardi Gras right here at the Lab with the Fat Tuesday Choice Band for the New Orleans Creole Restaurant. Now here, Jeff and the Jet City Flyers for that February 13th date. That's enough for now. But I will have more calendar every week, and I'll try to put it up on Instagram. Just remember, young people, you are worthy no matter what the other people on your social media looks like. You can compare yourself to somebody. Go ahead, look in the mirror. You are a human being. And, you know, I tweezed my chin, but I might have missed a hair just to let you know that I'm human too. I'm human too, and I'm okay with that. All right, so, yeah, just go light on yourself for the new year. Don't be so hard on yourself and compare yourself to other people. This is Blues Church, isn't it? Am I starting to preach?
Yeah.
Okay, now I got a question for you. Speaking of preaching, if it was your Sunday and you got to pick your sermon, what would you preach about? Who wants to go first? What would you preach about, Ronald? You got something in mind?
Yeah, giving money.
Giving money?
Collecting an offering, huh?
Click here, Venmo my church. Thank you.
Let me get the money and I'll take everything else. No.
What would you preach about, Herman?
Today I would preach about peace. People are bombing people and doing things like that. They should be playing music, not bombing and killing people. I think that we need peace in the world right now.
Amen. Coleman, you got a sermon in you?
I would preach about the love of the people.
Yeah, yeah.
How everybody must love each other to get along. You know?
And your family, a big family, you get along when you play music together, huh?
That's it.
Even if you're not getting along, but most time I see you guys getting along. I don't see you fighting amongst yourselves.
Behind closed doors, though, it's another thing.
When you're
We
mixing
have
the
fun mostly, though.
That's
We don't fight. If we may get mad at each other, but it's only going to last 10 minutes, 15 minutes at the most, and then something else is getting ready to happen after that. We understand. We were taught not to stay mad at each other about anything.
Right.
And we couldn't hit girls. There's a lot of things we just could not do. Staying mad at each other or hitting or kicking or spitting or something like that. We weren't allowed to do that. We weren't allowed to say the N-word. We weren't allowed. We couldn't even say the word lie in our house. We couldn't call nobody a lie. We couldn't do that. So we had a lot of rules that we were raised at, and they still stick with us today. Mm-hmm. Amazingly, when our children are around us, they kind of know where their place is, and they kind of follow the rules, you know.
Mm-hmm. How were those rules enforced? I mean, was there your grandma with the frying pan? I mean, I see the frying pan. That's how I
our
keep going
dads
back.
and uncles.
Well, we learned that at an early age, don't challenge our parents because they meant what they said, and what they said was only for our own good. Did we listen all the time? No. We were bad. we were really bad.
Especially Frankie V.
Especially Frankie and Ronald over there, boy, that house, they grew up in a mansion. They actually literally grew up in a mansion. And there's 11 kids in their family. So you can imagine going over there to their house. But my auntie had that house in strict order. Mm-hmm. That's one thing I enjoyed about going over there is they all sung. You can go over there. There was a piano over there when we grew up. My uncle had some nice Buicks out in the yard. It was a fun place to be. And, of course, we were just kids, so we didn't know that it was a mansion. But now we know that was actually the governor's mansion at one time. And, yeah, I remember they excavated the front yard, remember?
Got some cannonballs
Yeah, they got some cannonballs out of the front yard and some old whiskey bottles and stuff like that. They dug up the yard and they
Up
grew
on
up in a
Dearborn.
mansion.
Well, that's back when they first settled up here.
Okay, well, we are about to wrap it up, and I really appreciate it. Just went so fast. Appreciate you being here. When your record comes out, would love to do this again. I'm
Well,
sure
I'll give
there's
you
more
this copy.
chapters. Okay,
You can have that and
you're so kind.
listen to it. And one of your favorite songs is on there, Peavine Whistle.
I love that one.
It's on there.
Just
So
talked about that, Herman.
I love it. I love it when you sing too, Ronald. I'm so glad you came. I'm sorry I didn't mean to misinvite you, but I was just focused on Herman, and then it was like, oh, Coleman's in town too. Bring him along. So this morning I was like, oh, I hope they bring Ronald.
Well, Herman's the good part of me, and I'm the bad part.
he's the bad guy, and I'm the good guy. That works for us, though.
Okay, well, I have my Cadillac here, and I would like all of you to sign my Cadillac for me. The parts are here at the drum school, and we've got them up on the wall. So when I get some great guests, I always like to invite them to sign. So we'll do that before we go. And I got a couple minutes. I want to thank again my engineer, Christian Sadler, for doing all the heavy lifting this week. We've got T-shirts from the Seattle Drum School for $1 or is it a nickel? I can't remember, but they just want your picture in it. So take a shirt home with you, gentlemen, for sure. And I got a Venmo account, so you can send me money. Please do. Speaking of money, Ronald, yeah, speaking of money, please send me some.
Support the blues. Support the blues.
Blues to do. And, we'll be here at the drum school every Sunday afternoon with the paint pens and the Cadillac parts and talking about our future events to participate in. And once again, I want to thank Mitch's best buffalo sauce. Pardon me, I'm thinking barbecue for some reason. You want to put that jingle on again? I'll go ahead and give him one more word. With just the right heat and just the right bite, this rich and creamy sauce made with all real butter tastes great on everything except dessert. Handmade in small batches, it's made like a gourmet French sauce. Tastes great on any chicken dish, including wings. It's also great on any seafood, roasted vegetables, and many other foods. Available at local QFC, metropolitan markets, Hagen markets, and most fine meat shops in the Puget Sound area. Order directly from Chef Mitch, the sauce boss, at mitchfoods.com. And there's your QR code. Hey, we get better every week, don't we? All right. Living the blues until next week. It is my pleasure to be here, and I'm thrilled. I'm the blues lady, and I'll have some more great guests in February. As I said, PHYLLIS Talley next week. Looking forward to that again. And yes, and then we'll have Annette Taborn talking about blues in schools on the 21st, and then she'll play that afternoon with us. And then Jay Hollingsworth for the last Sunday in January. All right, thanks again. Living in blues until next week. See you then. Oh, thank you, gentlemen.
Get Lady A to come down here.
Yeah.